were well aware of the riches it held. Gold, silver, jewels, it had all kinds of different things. You could think of a castle. Castle has all kinds of riches. It has different wealth. One day, in 1141 AD, all the treasures in the castle was threatened. There was an enemy army that had surrounded the castle and demanded that the fortress, the fortune, and the lives of all the men inside be given to them. There was nothing to do but to surrender. Although the conquering commander had set a condition for the safe release of all the women and children, the wives of Winesburg refused to leave without having one of their own conditions met. They demanded that they be allowed to fill their arms with as many possessions as they could carry with them. Knowing that the women couldn't possibly make a dent in the massive fortune, their request was honored. When the castle gates opened, the army outside was brought to tears. I'll try to do this without crying. Each woman had carried out her own husband. The wives of Winesburg indeed were well aware of the riches that the castle held. Their greatest possession was their husbands. I read this story and I thought, that is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. And so I had to look it up to see if it was true. And so it indeed was true. They did this. There was a portrait that someone had painted of the wives with their husband on their back. And those women were known, they were come to known as, and it's German, I couldn't pronounce it, but it meant loyal women. And so as I thought of this, I thought, how much do we value our spouse? How much do we value our husbands? I love my husband dearly. It may be hard for me to carry him on my back, but would I be willing to try it? I would, because that is my greatest possession. We love our children, but we have to remember that our spouse is our greatest possession above our kids. How far would you be willing to go for your husband, women? The Bible teaches us that we're supposed to no longer be one flesh, or two fleshes. We're supposed to become one flesh. The two become one. Our most valuable possession is our men, and we have to keep that in mind when they leave their dirty socks on the floor, and they don't pick up their dishes, and they do everything that we tell them not to do. We have to remember we love them, and they are our greatest possession. Be willing to carry your spouse if needed.